Headlines most affecting Chilliwack this week. Local MLAs figuring prominently in the new Conservative shadow cabinet. Repair work now complete to Highway 7. A look back at the first ever Chillies Arts Awards and a look forward to Stalo New Year. And we've lost a legend with Sardis Athletics. Alex will have more in sports. Our guests this week include Helena Paul of chillsounds. We're going to talk about the upcoming Stalo New Year cultural event. That's December the 7th. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. As the provincial parties organize themselves for the first sitting of the legislature since the October election, BC Conservative leader John Rustad has appointed newly elected Chilliwack Cultus Lake MLA Alia Warbus as the House Leader. Now, this is the part of the new shadow cabinet. Also, Chilliwack MLA Heather Maws inherits, and this is a long title, the Indigenous Self-Government in Child and Family Services portfolio, which is within the Children and Family Development portfolio. Meanwhile, Fraser-Nicola MLA Tony Luck inherits the portfolio of Municipal Affairs and Local Government. Crews working Highway 7 have removed all the debris from the highway after the November 14th rock slide west of Hope. Slope stabilization work was done over the weekend. There was significant pavement damage to the road that was, beat up. But Highway 7 was reopened early Wednesday morning. Yes, you can drive the highway. The BC Real Estate Association and UFV have teamed up for a report on the problems with the current drug home remediation process and laid out a blueprint to standardize processes to assure what's called standards of repair and help return these properties to the housing market. Now, one of the biggest criticisms is that there's really no consistency in municipal regulations when it comes to so-called crack shacks and drug dens. Postal workers strike now into its second week. There are concerns about end-of-the-month checks like your Canada Pension and OAP and social assistance. Now, there are postal workers who, on a volunteer basis, will be delivering those checks if you're not already getting those checks through direct deposit. So far, mediation has stalled in those talks as both sides are far apart in their demands. In a rather testy Chilliwack City Council meeting, Council waived the fees and development cost charges totaling about $1 million at the November 19th meeting. This for an affordable housing project on Spadina. Now, that was the site of the now demolished Chiamview United Church. Council's hopeful that the Spadina project won't be a repeat of the stalled Trethewey project. That's been delayed after it was bogged down in litigation, apparently after the builders went broke. City officials were notified by BC Housing that they were working towards a completion date of March of 2025 for Trethewey. The 2024 Chilliwack Rotary Christmas Parade is coming up on Saturday, starting at 5:30. GW Graham TV production students will handle the broadcast of the parade. Now, transit will be free on November the 30th. There will be additional service on Route 51 Vetter to accommodate those who are heading to the parade. So go to BC Transit for more information. And a big thanks to Kevin Plasto for this picture. Chill TV, along with Chill Sounds, are gearing up for a first-of-its-kind event called Stalo New Year at the Vineyard in downtown Chilliwack. That's where we are. We're on the third floor. We will have a preview of one of the organizers in just a moment. And last Friday, the first ever Chillies Arts Awards were handed out at the Cultural Center. Now, among the winners in Video and Film of the Year, presented by Scott McVetti at Remax, NIDA Realty, that went to, you might know the name, Alia Warbus. Yes, the MLA. Musician of the Year, presented by Master Painting and Renovations, went to the Lounge Hounds. And the Uber Achiever Award, presented by the Chilliwack Community Arts Council, went to Bria Skonberg. So here's a quick review of the night, followed by our interview with Helena Paul of chillsounds, talking about Stalo New Year. And then after that, Alex with sports.
We're thankful to the Chilliwack Community Arts Council, the Chilliwack Progress, and chillTV for making this thing happen, of course.
Plus, I think you ate some cheese. Bread's not the same when it's made with quinoa. What we do to deserve this flow?
You know you may be right.
Thank you, God.
If he wasn't afraid.
Exactly.
Yeah. He knows we're winning.
Get those kids to see we're circling victory and watch what happens.
Voices that shape the future in art. And now, without a further ado, here are the 2024 Chillies nominees for the Emerging Artists, sent from my iPhone.
Emerging Artist Award, presented by Rivercrest Contracting, gold sponsor.
Your 2024 Chillies nominees are Chris Fassbender, filmmaker.
This week continues with Helena Paul, and the last time we got together, we were talking about something called Chill Couture. We've got something new coming up on the weekend, not this weekend, but the following weekend, and it's a Stalo New Year. This is a really cool, is this a new concept? Is this something that's been germinating for a while? Where did this all come together?
Well, I was thinking about the fact that everyone celebrates like a New Year night and a New Year's Eve. And in the stall culture, from what I was taught from some elders, is that we don't have a particular linear time and day. It's more of a seasonal change. So right now, basically in November, sort of December time, people are putting away their canoe paddles and they're starting to get ready to go into the winter dance and winter ceremony. So we wanted to kind of showcase that in this event, the Stalo New Year event, December 7th, and with an Shwohuam. And Shwohuam are origin stories. So it's when a person or a spiritual person came through, wasn't necessarily people, but they came through to sort of make the world and make the laws in the land. Okay. So in this particular origin story, it's with the goat people of Yuchiam. So Cari Lehn Victor is performing this story, and it allows people to understand the connection and the deep interconnection that the Yuchiam people have with Mount Chiam, so Chilliwack, because that's where the goat people came from. And that's where their lineage is from. So they're basically, that's part of their area where they want to keep and take care of and have a deep relationship with that space. And so she wants to just express how we all sort of have a deep connection with that mountain. Chilliwack is up there looking over the entire Fraser Valley and taking care of the people. So those things are going to be explained that evening.
Now, we've got Carolyn. Are we going to have other elders talking with stories and that? Or do we have dance? What do we have?
Yes, there's going to be some drumming and singing. I have some folks coming to do that from Squaw. And they're going to showcase and explain where the songs come from, what purpose they have, and where they can be used. So I'm really excited for that, because sometimes we hear a lot of the drumming in the songs, but we don't always hear what they're about. Yeah. So this will give a really good, intimate opportunity to really understand and hear and learn what those songs are.
And it's not I hate to use the term somber. It's more of a joyful thing. And any other parts of this that we want to talk about?
Well, I wanted to let you know that our MC for the evening is going to be Chris Thomas, and he's also a champion canoe puller, and he also follows the powwow circuit. So he's going to share some really beautiful words with us as well, because he also speaks the Halkomelem language. With it is very extremely important that we, keep that language alive and going, because as we know, your culture, your values, and everything is intertwined within your language. Yeah. So.
And I got to say it because I love the food. Do we have lots of... just tell me bannock is there and I'm happy.
Yeah, there will be bannock, even though that's a colonized dish.
I know.
We brought it on.
Hey, I'm Métis. What do I know? Yeah.
we gave it a life of its own, and we do all sorts of fun things with bannock now. It's great. It's a lot of fun. There's like hamburger people do, and tacos, and hot dogs, and breakfast sandwiches, and you name it. We'll mix in bannock with that.
Now, getting back to it's going to be held where, at Evergreen?
We are going to be at the Vineyard.
Oh, the Vineyard.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Same building as Chill TV and Abby TV.
Exactly.
Downstairs.
Yes.
And tickets are...
Tickets, you can go to the Facebook event page and you will find the tickets that you can buy online. Right now we're doing early bird tickets for elders at 15 and anyone under 18. This is an all ages show.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
so we don't have to worry about plus
Nope.
19 and the things with
No,
alcohol.
a family event. Come and check it out. Learn a little bit about, your Chilliwack neighbors here in Chilliwack territory. And we also have Chiactal as our sponsor. So really excited to have them coming out and supporting this event. And we're really looking forward to having this something annual. So every year we can share a little bit more about Stalo and Palau and the Chilliwack tribes.
How long did this take to put all this together? I would think...
Well, we kind of pushed it a little short here, but we're definitely have some knowledge and experience of some of the folks I know in the communities because I've worked with communities long enough. I was able to say, hey, can you come in and do this in short notice? Yeah, and they were like, yes. So, it's kind of all, the stars are aligning.
And
Yes.
you're all over social media, so that's a good thing. Facebook, is there a website as well, or just the Facebook?
Just the Facebook, yeah.
Okay. Helena, again, a big thank you. Looking forward to this. This is December the 7th?
Yes.
Great stuff. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I'll be there for the food. Don't worry.
Okay.
More than just the bannock. You're watching This Week.
Hello Chilliwack, here are your sports. Starting with a rest in peace to longtime Sardis Athletics supporter, fan, and former administrator and coach Jack Covey. Jack passed away at the age of 93 years on October 16th at Chilliwack General Hospital with his family by his side. Mr. Covey had an equally large impact with both Chilliwack Secondary School and Sardis Secondary School. It was Covey who brought Sardis School's athletics department into existence in 1956 when it was still called Sardis Junior Secondary School. Mr. Covey established the school's colors and got the initial uniforms and crest. The obituary in the Chilliwack Progress states Coach Covey will not be having a service, but ask others to support a local organization as would befit his memory. Over in basketball, the UFV Cascades women's basketball team started off slow, but rallied behind 5 3-pointers from their deep distance shooter, Nikki Kabuko, to come back and beat the Victoria Vikes 68-62 on Saturday afternoon in Abbotsford. The win sees the Cascades move to 6-2 on the season, while the Vikes dropped to 4-4. Meanwhile, the Cascades men's basketball team held off the number 1 team in the nation for 3 quarters, but the Vikes pulled away in the final to take the game 100-75 Saturday afternoon at the UFV Athletics Center. The Cascades are now 3-4, while the Vikes move up to 7-0. Both Cascade squads are away November 29th at Trinity Western University for an 8 p.m. game, and then turn around and head to UBC Okanagan November 30th for a game at 6 p.m. against the Heat. Staying with UFV, the U Sports number 2 ranked Cascades women's volleyball team finished their weekend trip to Kelowna with a 3-set win over the UBC Okanagan Heat. The Cascades took the match with set scores of 25-23, 25-17, and 25-14 to finish their first semester of play. The win sees the Cascades move to 9-1 this season, while the Heat dropped to 3-5 in Canada West Universities Athletic Association. The Cascades will now have a mid-season break until CWAA resumes action when they face the Calgary Dinos at home on January 17th and 18th in Abbotsford. The men's volleyball team were unable to gain momentum as the UNCO Heat take the game in 3 sets on Saturday afternoon in Kelowna. The Cascades are now 2-8 while the Heat are 6-2. As with the women's team, the Cascades lads are done until New Year's, but they return for an away series against MacEwan University January 10th at 4 p.m. and January 11th at 2 p.m. Catching all the action can be done on Canada West TV. And finishing with hockey, the Port Coquitlam Trailblazers and the Pacific Junior Hockey League announced the 2025 PJHL All-Star Game will be hosted at the Port Coquitlam Community Centre on Monday, January 13th, with the event set to feature the top players from across the league showcasing their exceptional skills. This includes the Abbotsford Pilots, Chilliwack Jets, and Mission City Outlaws. Chilliwack has had some hot hockey teams at the moment. The Jets are flying hot with 7-0 record in November, good enough for a 9-point lead in their conference, and first overall in the league with a casual 25-1 record. Their next game drops the puck at 7:15 on November 30th at home versus the Port Moody Panthers at the Sardis Sports Complex, also known as the Hangar. The Chiefs are 6-1 November, dropping a single home game on November 15th, good enough to be leading their conference by 1 point and tied for third in the league. Their next game is on the island against the Victoria Grizzlies on November 29th at 7 p.m. Both the Jets and Chiefs away games are available for watch on Flow Hockey. The home games are as well, but they are always better to watch in person. That's your Chilliwack Sports Update. Coming up, Cari with the weather.
Chill TV weekend weather. So, Cari, what to wear for the Christmas parade?
Well, Don, I'm going to be positive about the weather this weekend. There's a 70% chance that it's not going to rain, so that's amazing. Temperatures are going to be between 7 and 9 degrees, a little chilly, it's going to be okay. Monday, they're actually calling for 2 full hours of sunshine. Really nice. Next week, though, there is going to be a lot of moisture coming from the sky, which is going to be okay. We're going to survive it because it's between 15 and 20 millimeters Tuesday and Wednesday. That's a lot of rain. But Thursday, temperatures might get up to 10 degrees, so that's really positive. There you go. Happy Thanksgiving to all of our friends south of the border. Thanksgiving is the fourth Thursday every November since 1948. They actually passed a law because they kept messing it up and making it all weird. But there you go. Their Thanksgiving is later than ours because they have a longer growing season. I'm looking forward to Black Friday tomorrow. Happy shopping, everyone. Back to you, Don.
Thanks, Cari, and thank you for watching. If you have a local news story you'd like us to report on, you can always send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. I'm Don Lehn.